Hello viewers, welcome back. So this is the 23rd video as part of our series of video on power of reporting in TallyPrime. So in this video, we will understand another report called exceptional report. The name itself states that an exceptional report is going to give you information of certain exceptions that has occurred in the organization's transaction capturing. So we will go to Tally and explore what are the exceptional reports that Tally provides so that we can quickly look into those exceptions and make the necessary correction or take necessary action accordingly. To access exceptional report, we can navigate from Gateway of Tally, select Display More Reports. Under Exception, select Exception Report. Under Exception Reports, we have two sections, Registers and Reports. Under Registers, we can see three reports. One is Optional Voucher, second is Cancelled Vouchers, and the third one is Postdated Vouchers. First, let us understand optional vouchers. What are optional vouchers? These are transactions captured in the company marking their status as optional. While accounting, if any voucher is marked as optional, the value in the voucher will not impact the respective ledgers and books of accounts. The details of debit ledger and credit ledger transactions information will be retained in the voucher. When you select optional vouchers, we will get the list of all the vouchers that you have captured in the company marking their status as optional. Remember, these values will not get impacted in your books of accounts. So that is why when you see the optional voucher transactions listing, you will see them in italics. Whenever you see a transaction in italics, it is an indication that these are optional vouchers not impacting the books of accounts. The next voucher type is cancelled vouchers. Any voucher type recorded in Tally, we can cancel the same for whatever valid reason. The advantage of cancelling a voucher, especially when the voucher type numbering is set to automatic, it will retain the voucher number and will not renumber the subsequent vouchers. But the ledgers and values captured in the voucher will be removed and also have impact on the books of accounts. Example, if you have captured a transaction which has impacted the books of account and for some reason you want to cancel that voucher, the moment you cancel the voucher, the values in the voucher will get reduced from your books of accounts. You can mention the reason for cancelling the voucher in the narration, which will be retained for future reference for cancelling the voucher. So let's go inside cancel voucher, and when you click here, you will see again the list of all cancelled vouchers. You can select a particular cancelled voucher, enter, and you will observe that the ledgers and the values are removed from the voucher, and obviously the values would have got reduced from your books of accounts also. So you will see that the voucher number gets retained, and also you will see whatever is the caption that you have captured in the narration will be retained for you to understand the reason for cancelling the voucher at any later point in time. Note, if any voucher is deleted, then in automatic voucher series, the subsequent numbers will be renumbered. You have to be cognizant of this fact. To retain the proper sequence of automatic numbers, use the option of cancelling a voucher. The next report is post-dated vouchers. Tally again has a facility to capture any voucher with the date in future, which means the date can be later than the current date of the company. For example, you receive a check from a customer which is post dated. You need not have to wait till the post date mentioned on the check to record the transaction. Right away, you can capture the transaction with the post date as mentioned on the check, but you need to mark the transaction status as post dated. This way, any transaction you record with post dated status, it will not impact the books of accounts as on current date. The books will be updated only on the date mentioned while recording as post-dated. I have covered the behavior of post-dated voucher in detail under my playlist of bill-wise details. Next, under reports section, we have four exceptional reports. Let us understand these four reports. The first one is negative ledgers. Let us understand what are negative ledgers. The concept of negative ledger is as per the principles of double entry system of accounting and rules of accounting, the four primary groups that are assets, liabilities, incomes, and expenditures, each one of them have default ledger balance. As we are aware, there are two types of balances. That is, one, a ledger should have a closing balance of debit balance, and the other one is credit balance. According to the rule, the default balances of these four primary groups are assets should always have debit balance, liability will always have credit balance, an expense should have debit balance, and income should carry credit balance. If you have a ledger with debit balance and if you have wrongly classified as liability or income, those are negative ledgers. This report will list out all those ledgers which are wrongly grouped so that we can quickly regroup them appropriately. Let us view this report and see what are the negative ledgers this company is going to get listed. So click on negative ledgers. We can notice here that Suman Enterprises, even though they have debit balance, they are getting listed as negative ledger. Let us go to the master and view what is the group of this ledger. To view the master in alteration mode, all you have to do is select that particular ledger and press Control Enter. By pressing Control Enter, we will be taken to the ledger alteration screen. So notice here it says ledger alteration screen, and if you observe under the group, this ledger is grouped under sundry creditors. Actually, it is having debit balance. We just now understood the default balance structure. Now, how do we correct this? Very simple. All you have to do is come down here, and instead of sundry creditors, since it is a party ledger, we can reclassify them to sundry debtors. So select sundry debtors and press enter, and all you have to do is just save this ledger master after altering. Press Ctrl A, and now we will notice that the negative ledger has vanished, which means now it has been properly grouped under asset. Let's come back. The next one is negative stock. Through this report, we can view all stock items which have negative closing balance. Again, we can view this exception from the stock summary report also. So select negative stock and we will get the list of all the stock items which have negative balance as on date. The next two reports are overdue receivables and overdue payables. Tally will list out all the bills which are pending and not being paid as on date, even after the due date of payments or receipts. This will quickly help the owners to view all the bills which are overdue to be received or paid and take necessary action towards correcting the dues or make arrangements to pay the overdue bills. So click on overdue receivable and we will see the report of all the bills which are overdue. It also gives us what is the due date and it will calculate the number of days it is overdue by calculating the current date minus the due date, you will see the number of days it is overdue. And also observe that all overdue bills will be listed in bold. Even if you are viewing this report from the outstanding statement of receivable or payable, Tally is going to list out the list of all the pending bills, and any bill or any bills which are overdue in the outstanding report of receivable or payable also, it will be displayed in bold. So the easiest way to quickly view the overdue bills is through the exceptional report. Same way, you can come back and then click on overdue payables. It is going to again list the bills which are overdue, which are not paid beyond the due date, and it also specifies the number of days it is overdue. We can also access this reports selectively through GoTo also. So let us come back to Gateway of Tally. And now if you want to view any of this exceptional report, all we have to do is click on GoTo and type exception and select exception report, and we will see the same report: overdue receivable, overdue payables, post-dated summary. From this list, you can select any of the exception report that you want to selectively view. You can also click on show more, which is going to now give you the list of other exceptions also. Like for example, the negative ledger summary, negative stock ledger, email IDs. So any ledger, if email IDs have not been captured, you can click on email IDs, get the list of all the parties where you have not captured these information, email ID along with the other information. You can always go and modify them just by pressing Control Enter and update the information. The other exceptional reports are sale bills pending and purchase bills pending. Sale bill pending is an indication that where the delivery of the material has been made with the tracking number, but sale bill have not yet been raised. So we can quickly look into the list of all the delivery challans which are captured along with the tracking number, which is meant to be billed at a later point in time, and they are still pending to be billed. Similarly, the purchase bill pending, where receipt note for materials received have been recorded, but purchase voucher has not been accounted for all receipt note with tracking number. I hope this video will help you to quickly go and identify the exceptions, especially the negative ledger, where we understood the concept of negative ledger and how quickly we can go and rectify those corrections or reclassify the masters. Similarly, the negative stock item also we were able to quickly see, and we saw the listing of optional voucher, cancelled vouchers, and post-dated voucher. I will be covering in detail of the behavior and the impact of each of this voucher in a separate video. Thank you all once again for staying till the end. See you all in the next session. Thank you very much.